Covering coronavirus, the pandemic has really meant booming business for scammers, even now as we're coming out of the crisis. 2 News problem solver Pete Knutson tells us it's important to stay aware.
Scammers have targeted victims with everything from fake masks to COVID grants to funeral payments. Now, they're focusing on vaccine passports. Most of these scams are set up to look like they're coming from the U.S. government.
Response Act has made coronavirus testing more accessible immediately.
Sylvia, a grandmother who fell for the scam, received a call that said now that she's been vaccinated, she must take a mandatory online COVID test to make sure the vaccine is working in order to get a vaccine passport. Sylvia told us, "We're planning to travel across the country to see our grandchildren for the first time in more than a year. So I wanted to make sure we do everything we're required to do in order to travel." The test was just $25, the scammer told Sylvia, so she gave the scammer her checking account number to pay for 2 tests, for her and her husband. But instead of taking $50 out of the account, the scammer took $500. They were probably going to take even more, but the bank quickly closed Sylvia's account when she reported what happened. The Federal Trade Commission says other variations of the scam include texts or emails, which include links to a testing website, phishing for your information.
Scammers follow the headlines. They just pivot and follow whatever is new. But the bottom line is they want to separate people from their money and their personal information.
It's important to remember there is no mandatory testing after vaccination, tests can't be done online without a sample, and there are no required vaccine passports. So don't respond to any unsolicited emails or texts, and hang up on anyone calling you about COVID-19 testing. Pete Knutson, 2 News Problem Solvers.
Now, the problem solvers have more information you need to know on how to spot a COVID-19 scam. Government agencies usually do not communicate through text messages. Ignore instructions to text stop or no if you want to prevent any future tests. Don't do that. Don't click on unsubscribe to stop email. Instead, find the phone number of the agency or the organization mentioned and call them directly to verify any information that you receive. You can find more in-depth advice to protect yourself on our website, kjrh.com.